Imagine walking into an airport, all excited for your trip. You've packed your favorite laptop, comfy headphones, a small bottle of shampoo, just the usual things. But suddenly, a serious-looking agent says, "You can't take that!" No warning, no regular security issue. It's not the airline. It's because of something much bigger. Former President Donald Trump is back in the spotlight, and this time, it's not about rallies or speeches. It's about shocking new rules that could completely change how we travel. These aren't small changes. They're huge, surprising, and even a little scary. What you bring, how much you carry, and even who checks your bag might never be the same again. Trump's new proposed carry-on policies are being called extreme, disruptive, and by some even unfair. They're not just annoying, they could hit every single traveler in the US. Whether you fly often or just once in a while, this could affect you. Frequent flyers? You're in the spotlight. Love your tech gadgets? You might have to leave them behind. Carrying religious or cultural items? You'll be holding your breath, hoping they get approved. And the most shocking part? These new rules are gaining support. That's right, this isn't just an idea anymore. It's becoming real. From face scans for bags to banning whole types of items, and yes, something called the Patriot Baggage Declaration. This is way more than just a travel update. It feels like a battle at 35,000 feet. So get ready. By the end of this, you might be uninstalling your travel apps or choosing a side in one of America's most intense new debates. Policy 1. Imagine you're standing in the airport, nervous but ready for your flight. You packed, carefully, your laptop, tablet, maybe a fancy camera. But suddenly you're told, that's not allowed unless it's in a clear case. Confused? You're not alone. This is part of Donald Trump's shocking new carry-on rules, and it's already upsetting people across the country. Under this plan, every electronic device bigger than a smartphone, yes, even your iPad or PlayStation must be packed in a see-through case. And not just for TSA, new federal tech agents at every US airport will check your stuff. The reason? National security. But many are asking, is it really about safety or control? Here's where it gets even worse. If your device isn't in a clear case with the serial number facing out, you could be fined $500 right there. Or worse, you might be forced to check your electronics as cargo, even if they cost thousands of dollars. No protection, no refund, no say. People are calling it clear bag chaos. Tech companies are rushing to make transparent cases. But civil rights groups are scared. Why? Because clear cases let software scan your barcodes, QR codes, and even private info. This feels less like safety and more like spying. And guess who doesn't have to follow these rules? VIPs, government leaders, private jet travelers. While you're breaking down your gear for inspection, they're cruising above you with zero checks. Sounds unfair? That's because it is. Tech workers, journalists, and students are furious. What if your $20,000 camera cracks in a clear case? What if the scanner makes a mistake? There are no answers, just silence. The line between keeping people safe and watching their every move is almost gone. And with this rule, it may disappear completely. Policy 2. Imagine walking through airport security, holding your favorite phone, wearing your go-to hoodie, maybe carrying a power bank to keep your battery alive. Then suddenly, someone stops you and says, "Sorry, you can't bring that. It was made in China." You'd probably laugh at first. But under Donald Trump's new carry-on proposal, this terrifying moment could soon be very real. This shocking new idea is being called the America First Product Ban. Sounds patriotic? Maybe. But it feels more like a direct attack on regular travelers. Under this rule, you can't bring any item made in countries considered enemies of the US. This includes China, Russia, Iran, Venezuela, and more that could be added anytime. That means your phone, tablet, headphones, clothes, and even makeup could suddenly be banned. And guess what? Most smartphones in the world are assembled in China. Yes, that $1,000 phone you depend on. you might have to check it into cargo or worse, leave it behind at the airport, no warnings, no refunds, no second chances. And who decides what's banned? A special Trump-created task force under the Department of Homeland Security. They'll update the banned and allowed product list whenever they want. Travelers will be expected to check this confusing list before every flight. Miss one item? You're out of luck. It doesn't stop there. Critics are warning this opens the door to racial profiling, judging travelers based on where their things were made or where they are from. And Trump has hinted this could spread beyond airports to schools, hospitals, even public buildings. It's not just about safety anymore. It's about fear, control, and division packed right into your carry-on. What started as a flight rule could change how we live every day. This might just be the beginning. Policy 3, imagine walking into the airport, excited for your trip, and then being told, your carry-on is too heavy, that'll be $100. You'd probably feel confused, maybe even embarrassed. But under Trump's shocking new carry-on policy, this could soon be a harsh reality for millions of people. It's called the carry-on weight redistribution tax, a fancy name for something heartbreaking. In simple words, you get only 15 pounds of carry on weight for free. Every extra pound, that's $10 more. So if your bag weighs 25 pounds, you'll have to pay $100 just for carrying your stuff. And no, this doesn't replace regular airline bag fees, it's added on top. The reason? Trump's team says it's to balance plane weight and save fuel. But critics are calling it what it truly feels like, cruel money grab. And sadly, it hits the middle and working class the hardest. People who pack smart to avoid check-in fees will now be the ones punished. But guess who doesn't have to follow this rule? First class and business class travelers. Their expensive tickets automatically make them weight exempt. It's being mocked as the luxury loophole law, rewarding the rich while hurting everyday families. It sends a clear, painful message. If you can't afford more, you don't deserve comfort. Experts warn this will cause chaos at airports, people arguing over pounds, moving things from one bag to another, or just breaking down in frustration. Even food, water, or souvenirs could push your bag over the limit. This policy isn't really about safety or weight, it's about class. And under this rule, if you're not wealthy, you better pack light or prepare to pay heavy. Policy 4. Imagine arriving at the airport, bags packed, heart full of excitement for your journey, only to be handed a form and told, sign this or you can't fly. That's exactly what might happen if Trump's Patriot Baggage Declaration becomes law. This shocking new policy would force every American traveler, yes, even you, to sign a loyalty form before boarding any flight, whether inside the US or abroad. The form says everything in your bag must reflect American values, be for peaceful use only, and not support any foreign ideology. Just reading that feels heavy. Imagine being told you have to prove your love for your country just to carry your phone charger or favorite book. And it doesn't stop there. If you refuse to sign, you can't fly. If you do sign, you're agreeing to random inspections after your flight at any time. That means your bag could get you tracked, flagged, or questioned later just because you packed something unusual. Even sadder, foreign travelers will get a different form asking if they belong to any group hostile to the US. It's not about safety anymore. It feels like ideological control. What if you packed a religious item, a book in another language, or even a shirt with a political message? Under this rule, you might be pulled aside, forced to explain yourself. A Quran, a novel from Iran, or a Che Guevara shirt. That could trigger interrogation. Civil rights groups are calling this policy a nightmare, warning it violates freedoms we once took for granted. But Trump supporters say it's about time. The saddest part, this doesn't feel like protection, it feels like fear. It's not just unconstitutional, it's deeply un-American. Policy 5. Imagine walking into an airport excited for your trip, only to discover that your carry-on bag now needs to be scanned, not just for security, but matched to your face, your fingerprints, and even your voice. Sound like a sci-fi movie? Sadly, it's not. This is real. It's called the Biometric Baggage Match, and it's one of the most shocking and emotional parts of Trump's proposed carry-on policy. This rule would force every traveler to link every single thing in their carry-on bag. Yes, everything. From your laptop down to your chapstick to a digital profile of your body. That means your face, voice, and fingerprints would be stored and scanned at every step. The reason? To stop people from carrying things for someone else or spreading dangerous ideas through their belongings. But let that sink in for a second. A lip balm, a notebook, a scarf, a book in another language. Anything that doesn't match your biometric profile could get you flagged, fined, or even detained. You could be pulled aside for carrying something your friend placed in your bag without you even knowing. This system would use AI-powered scanners that follow you from check-in to gate. Worse, your biometric data would be stored in a government database forever. No option to opt out. No choice. This isn't just about airport safety anymore. This feels like something out of China. Only now it's being done with an American flag waving proudly above it. What's even scarier? The technology behind it is being built by a private company linked to Trump's own business interests. And it would roll out at every U.S. airport within 18 months. That means you could lose your travel privacy before the next election cycle is even over. Privacy groups are already screaming red alert warning that this could lead to false accusations, mass surveillance, and massive leaks of your most personal data. Imagine your fingerprint or voice data being stolen, used, or sold. Once it's out there, you can't take it back. Trump says this will make air travel faster, safer, and more patriotic. But ask yourself, what's patriotic about treating travelers like suspects? This policy is part of something called the National Air Reform Act, a bill being pushed by Trump-aligned politicians. If passed, it would give the White House direct power over airport and airline rules without needing Congress to agree. That means future presidents could add, change, or remove travel laws by themselves. No voting, no debate, just orders. Let that sink in. Your basic rights could be changed with the stroke of a pen. And the saddest part, most people won't even realize what's happening until it's too late. They'll stand at the gate, bag in hand, completely powerless and confused, asking, when did we agree to this? But by then, the cameras will already be watching. The AI will already be scanning, and the freedom to say no will be long gone. This isn't just about airports anymore, it's a test. A way to see how much freedom Americans are willing to give up if they're told it's for safety or patriotism. But the truth is, once the government controls what you can carry, it won't be long before they try to control what you can say, wear, read, or believe. We are standing at the edge of something very dark. This is how it starts, not with a bang, but with a bag. So what can you do? Speak up. Share this information with everyone you know. Tell your lawmakers you won't stand for this. Raise your voice now or risk having it silenced at airport security. If you're reading this and thinking, this will never happen here, then you're already exactly who they're counting on to stay quiet. This is not paranoia. This is real policy being written and pushed right now. And your carry-on, that little bag you always pack with care, it might be the last piece of freedom you still carry with you. Don't let them take it. And if you're still here, please like this, comment below, and share with 3 friends who travel. Especially the ones who still believe it could never happen in America. Because unless we stop it, it will.